You first. Good morning, ADDians, ATLians. Richard Dowling from Dublin. Salute, Richard. You my boy. I hope I ain't gonna offend you or made you mad. Where did you go? Where is Richard? Where did you go, Richard? So updates for all my cupcakes. So there once again, I like to ramble, so I'm just gonna ramble. Blah, 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 blah. So a lot of you come here, I believe, to get not just the juicy and the drama, which I try to avoid, sometimes it's impossible, but a lot of you people come here for information and for the updates. They're not always just going to be my personal life and updates. One is. And so for those of you that don't keep up with current events and this type of thing, Sleepy Schmo Joe went over to Israel, and he is disassembling Israel, and Palestine is taking it over. So these are more biblical events unfolding right in front of us, right in front of your very eyes. Things that were
in 1,000 feet, continue straight onto Whitlock Avenue Northwest.
Sorry, I'm working. These things are being played out that were prophesized right in front of our very eyes. So I don't believe I believe in God, like I said, but I don't believe it's God.
Continue straight onto Whitlock Avenue Northwest.
God lets people, he's got minions. He's even got the devil and their people to do his bidding.
Continue on Whitlock Avenue Northwest for 1 mile.
To do some of his dirty work. So Sleepy Joe is disassembling Israel, which is the apple of God's eye. And don't quote me on this, I'm just giving you tidbits that I know. And really mostly that my wife informs me, because she knows a lot on current events, as I've discussed. She's in all kind of Christian groups. She's friends with a lot of Christian people. They do watchman type stuff. They're watching out, they're decoding things. And another fact is God uses numbers. I've known it, but I never really been dawned on me or thought about it. So some of this I'm learning through, that I hear some of these stories and stuff through my wife. God uses numbers. There's a number code. Gematria, if you don't know what that is, look it up. It's them telling stories in numbers. And there again, this is probably going to be news to a lot of you. So I've been following conspiracy theorists for quite some time, as I've discussed, about 8 years now, ish, something like that. One guy I followed in particular, he's not around anymore. He moved out of the country.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Powder Springs Street, South Marietta Parkway Southwest.
His family were Masons, so he knows all kind of interesting stuff, and he's one of these guys that broke down gematria. And as I've discussed, I knew who was
Take the second right onto Powder Springs Street, South Marietta Parkway Southwest.
Shut up already. I knew 3 months before the football game who was going to win, and that Tom Brady was going to get his 7th ring. I already knew that 3 months
before. In a
before
quarter mile,
game.
use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto South Marietta Parkway Southeast.
Sorry, but this guy broke it down, and just from the current events, things that happen on the news, he was able to decipher, and I don't know how he does it. He kind of broke it down, but I didn't pick up on it all too well. I'm one of those people that's got to hear something a couple of times. If I don't know anything about it, I most likely won't pick up on it the first time. So somehow this guy, off of keeping him watching the news, he knew that the football game, whoever's going to win, and that Tom Brady was going to get his 7th ring. It was in 2021, which is another number code, 3 7s. And coincidentally or not, as I've discussed, I believe all this
Use
stuff.
the left 2 lanes to turn left onto South Marietta Parkway Southeast.
Even before lottery came out, this is when Lucky Sevens became a thing. Before lottery, before they even had lottery, back in our pager days, my pager number was 777. Like I said, I'm going back before everything. Going back pretty much before the internet. So 3 sevens wasn't even like a known thing yet. There wasn't this kind of information out there, you know. Like I said, sevens just always followed me for some reason. Like I've discussed, my baseball jerseys was 07, 17, 77 was always a 7 in the number. Every baseball team I was ever on, and like I said, I didn't ask for it. This is just what I got stuck with. So I think number code, I think it pertains to my life. Like I'm saying, there's 3. I used to have 777 was my code, and I coincidentally met a girl. This girl Stacy through Clint, and her number. I started dating this girl Stacy. Her number was 77, so it's quite odd. Here it is. My girlfriend's 77, and I'm 777. So, like I said, there's a guy that breaks all that down, gematria, and just from watching the news, they can tell you and forecast the future. It's on another level of itself. If you don't know that much about it, go look up gematria. There's this guy, Zachary Hubbard, I think it is, does gematria, and I think he's controlled opposition.
Continue on South Marietta Parkway southeast for 4 miles.
I know for a fact they got what they call controlled opposition. They got guys in the know, in their beast system, comes in and spreads a little info and disinformation. They give you a little bit of truth with a whole lot of lies. These are facts. I don't really even know how this pertained to what I started out talking. This is ADD for you. Updates. So as I told you, this coincidence thing is nothing new, and I didn't know this until recently, but the more you get closer to God, and the more you talk about Him, and the more truthful you are with Him and your relationship with Him, I believe that He will bless you. I believe He's blessing me now. For every good there's bad, for every bad there's good, vice versa. So the same goes for my wife, 10,000-fold. Let me give you another example. Example number 10 million. My wife, okay, if you've seen Partially or any of my videos, you'll see all the pictures in my bedroom. Okay, my wife's big. As I've discussed in Christianity, there's probably 20 plus pictures in a frame around my bedroom. You can see this in videos. They all are Jesus. They're all a lion. One's a lion with a lamb with the thorns around his head. This kind of stuff. They're all Jesus related. Okay, right? So she's got this friend who's an artist. She's no big deal, but she paints and draws these pictures of Jesus and all this kind of stuff, right? This is where all those pictures came from. I don't know the girl's name. Let's just say Sue for whatever. Sue does all these paintings, and she's in cahoots, in collabs with this other girl. I don't know the other girl's name is Jill. So my wife was praying. The girl was saying she's got paintings going for $100, and my wife said she said to herself, "Man, I really want one of those paintings, but I know we can't afford $100 no painting." So she prayed for it. Drum roll, please. Of course, you already know. There's Sue, and like I said, these are just made up names. I don't remember the girls' names. There's two of them. There's one girl that does the painting. There's another girl who my wife is not sure about, that she thinks maybe is a female Mason. She hasn't pegged it out. This girl's got a big channel. She's got like 30,000 subscribers. Most all this is done on Facebook, okay? So there's one girl that does paintings. There's another girl who's bigger than her that, talks about Jesus and all this stuff's got 30,000 subscribers and does raffles and giveaways, right? I think I told the story a while back. My wife sitting there, and the girl called out her name on the live or whatever, Facebook Live. Christina Rusikoff. And it's Rusikoff, by the way, for everybody. Rusikoff. Everyone calls me Rusikoff. Calls her name, gives her a pen. Okay? $17 pens. Okay? But my wife gets one. I think it was for free. Or she paid, or already paid her some. I don't remember the deal on that. So there's the one lady that's iffy that we can't figure out if she's a female Mason or not, and she's got 30-something thousand subscribers. She's doing raffles and selling the other girls' paintings. My wife is sitting there praying, and as always, Christina Rusikoff, she was just praying for one of these paintings. Like I said, they're going for $100, and then and then they're gonna sell them. And I don't hold me on the specifics. I'm gonna try to get my wife to finish telling the story. It's better than I'm putting it out than I'm wording it. She calls her name, and right there on their live, it's a big deal. It's got 30,000 subscribers, and they call my wife's name. And so she's got one of those paintings. Those are all around my bedroom. Those are they're not actual paintings. They're copies. They're all copies. So now, because of her due diligence and her ways, she's getting blessings. She's getting blessed. Like I said, it's the second time she's been called out in this lady's show. It's got 30,000 subscribers. I asked, she said, well, you wouldn't believe one of these stories for you. She's got them all the time. Like I said, I can't keep up with them because they're literally pretty daily, many times a week. Sometimes they happen a couple of times in a day with her. Like I said, it's proven fact when you get that close to God, He's going to reveal Himself to you. And like I was trying to tell you, He's been revealing Himself to me since 13, but I never knew it. Honestly, truthfully, it never even registered how awesome of a coincidence that was. That I had 2 skateboards and 2 guys skateboard I had. Steve Caballero and
There's a
Lance
speed
Mountain.
trap ahead.
Steve Caballero and Lance Mountain. I had both their skateboards. The Powell Peralta team they skated for, as I've discussed, came to Marietta, Georgia, where my sister worked at Whitewater. Her and her best friend went a double date with Steve Caballero and Lance Mountain, the 2 guys skateboard I have. That's out there. That ought to start to, make people wonder and think, wow, that is pretty awesome, You say I bump into people, and, there's people that downplay that's going to happen to anyone. Yes, it's going to happen to anyone. It's not going to happen to just the only people that you've talked about and discussed in your channel. Those are the only people I've run into on everything. Not a single another one. Not met one other person out and about, coincidentally, that was outside of the people that I was talking about and doing videos about. I don't believe it's going to slow down. I believe it's going to keep continuing. This is one of the things I prayed for. I didn't pray for, coincidences. I, just prayed to let this thing lift off, like I've discussed, show myself and the rest of the world and kids with mental disabilities that we can be and do awesome. I believe my coincidences are awesome. One day we should do a video about it. There are more than I can even that I could even store in my head at one time. One guy mentioned, why don't you write it down? I've thought about that. I've tried that. It doesn't, I guess what I could say is it doesn't work like that, okay? Like right now I'm talking, this is just coming off my heart. I don't have all this planned out what I'm going to say.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Lower Roswell Road.
None of it. I haven't planned none of this out. I was going to tell you about my wife's, the painting she got online, and that's it. And the rest would just be winging it. So, it has
Take the next right onto Lower Roswell Road.
For it to work and all that, it's got a free flow. I gotta be comfortable. And I honestly believe that the
Continue
Lord's
on Lower
helping me
Roswell Road for 2 miles.
and working through me and speaking through me and all that. And so I wanted to share this with the world. These are outstanding stories and times that I'm seeing. And as I discussed,
In 600 feet, turn right onto Lower Roswell Road.
a year and some change ago, it wasn't probably a year and a half ago, that these coincidences didn't even cross my mind, let alone put the two together. I think that's pretty freaking awesome. What do you guys think? So like I said, we got gematria going on, and we got Sleepy Joe tearing our no gas. Oh shit. Damn it, Quick Trip, and they said no gas.
Take the next right onto Lower Roswell Road.
Man, I hope it ain't begun, people. This is creepy. No gas at Quick Trip. That made me nervous. That's the first. That's out there. Let me get back with y'all. Stay ADD.